Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Got something a little bit different for everybody today. We are running the SimLab Production Card Challenge here at the Charlotte Roval. It's been a little while since I've ran this. I think I've only posted one other video of these for Season 3 so far this year. That was at the Daytona Moto Road course. Didn't get a qualifying lap in, sorting through some stuff, and then just drove like an idiot through the last chicane and spun the car out. Got a 2x out of it, and that distal at the time didn't have time to turn a second one. So starting way in the back, we are starting 23rd. We're car number 21 in the Miatas. We've got 29 Miatas and 5 Jettas, so it's gonna be a fun race. This is one I assume there's gonna be a lot of problems, so it'll definitely be one of those starting in the back. Just try to avoid as much calamity as we can and avoid not getting run over by the Jettas from behind. Same goals as the oval races that I've been running apply. Just gonna try to get a 0x if possible. Start ahead of, or finish ahead of where we started, which shouldn't be too hard starting where we are. And try to beat up the car number. Top 5 ain't gotta happen, I can tell you that much. Top 5 is definitely not going to happen when we are this far back unless somehow every single person wrecks. So, yeah, a good result's going to be finishing or completing 3 out of the 4 goals. So, just going to do what we can. Not sure how this is going to go at all. I don't have a ton of laps here, so just going to try to do the best that we can and work our way through as many problems as we see and try to keep the car clean, keep it all in one piece, finish as well as we can, and hopefully be able to move up some spots. I'm absolutely terrible at road racing. We know this. We've seen a few videos, and I have just no idea how to do all the driving techniques. So, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Course is big enough that people can spread out, but I feel like given how aggressive people probably will be off the start, it's gonna be a lot of places where there's gonna be calamity. I would expect going into turn 1 off of the quad oval for NASCAR side, it's gonna be interesting getting in that corner. I would expect 3, the first real hairpin, is gonna be interesting. I would expect that side. Like, I just think there's gonna be calamity the first lap for sure all over the place. So avoiding all of that, keeping the car clean, and just picking your way through all those wrecks is probably gonna gain you at least 3 or 4 spots. Especially considering the fact that my I rating is absolutely garbage in road racing. So I would expect this to be a fairly weak field, even though I'm the 21 car, I would still expect it to be fairly weak. So yeah, we're just gonna see how it does. Hoping that we don't have any connection issues. I've had some issues lately, so I'm hoping that it'll catch everything and we won't have any issues that way, but we're just gonna see. I would expect this chicane up here to be even more calamity than the chicane on the front stretch before coming out of NASCAR 4. Yeah, I would expect this one to be rough, so just gonna do what we can. Really did not adjust the baseline setup at all. Just did a couple minor things that honestly probably are more for my own mental side than they are actually making that much of a significant difference in the car. Any speed gains I see is probably going to come from me actually driving better, considering I'm, probably going to be 2 seconds off of the fast guys in this. So not sure why everybody is lagging back so much. That's going to hurt on the start, but at the same time, maybe they all know there's going to be a ton of wrecks and they're kind of holding back too. So I'm just going to kind of watch everybody brake slamming through the chicane. So we're getting ready to come to the green.
Green.
I know it's green, but we're going to have to take it slow through here because people are going to drive dumb. We're just going to let the 13 go. I know the leaders are absolutely gone, but getting a clean start, no black flags, is far more important than trying to make up spots right off the bat. You can see there's cars tightening up there.
There's an incident.
No wrecks, which I was amazed. Sounds like it happened behind us, so just gonna try to get through everything as clean as we can. Try to avoid everybody. Just pick our way through as we can. Hopefully everybody behind us is smart and we don't have anybody trying to pull any banzai moves, but we'll just have to see how it all goes. Just gonna try to work our way through the first few laps, kind of let it get it all sorted out. Figure I'll give up a lot of spots, but the more I can save. Oh, that was really close. You got cars off to the inside. We were able to avoid the 18 in front of us. Looks like there's going to be some contact between the 18 and the 2. The 2's going to be really slow. We're going to try to work our way around him. You can see there's a ton of gap out in front, but I'm okay as long as we can get by the 2, which we did. Hopefully he doesn't try piling into this chicane. That allowed us to get away clean and pick up a few spots. That was the calamity I was talking about. Not really sure how I avoided all that. That definitely set my heart rate up a little bit. If it was real life, I would have really been scared through that one. So we'll see what that puts us spot-wise off the start. Kind of give us a little bit of a hole, which will be nice for me to kind of just get settled and start logging some laps and build my confidence that I know how to drive this course. I'll probably make for a little bit of a boring race, but you know.
Okay, Jake, keep doing what you're doing. This is spot on. B12.
Let's see, we made it all the way up from 23rd to 12th by all that. So, yeah, that's fantastic. That is the beauty of avoiding those wrecks. And we're just going to see if we have any speed for everybody that's in front of us, see if we can get a top 10 out of it. Top 10 would be amazing given where we started, and also giving my road racing caliber. You can see we turned it a little late there, so pushed me up. Once you blow one corner, it typically tends to blow all of them, so we're just kind of taking it easy and trying to regroup. There's a couple corners I'm really trying to make sure that I hit the best as possible. So let's see if I can get by the 11 without having to put too much pressure in the chicane. I'd like to make the pass prior to that so I can just work my way through, but it looks like we're going to be running side by side, so we're going to break a little bit earlier.
Keep your wits about you, mate. Incident in
And,
the first chicane. It looks like it's...
You can see, there we go. We got the 14 who looks like he got in trouble, so we're able to work by him. That should be 2 more spots there, so that should be our top 10 hopefully. And I feel like we are probably faster than the 20 and the 4 in front of us, so we're just going to kind of work our way around patiently. 20 seems to be off pace, 4 seems to slow down a lot, so get by the 20 through the chicane, let the 4 go. Got the 5 coming, we overshoot that corner. 14 almost gets us. See, we're able to work our way up to 9th. Trying to hit these corners now, just get into a rhythm. Would expect the 14 to be faster. If he really shows that much speed, I have no problem letting him by. Because again, I just want to protect a good finish and try to get out of this as cleanly as possible. It's all a learning experience for me. I know how terrible I am at these, so the cleaner laps I can run, the better the learning experience for me. Any spots I get, I'm always happy with, so. Draft by the 4, see if we can work to the inside of him. Try to slow our way into the chicane. We overshoot it. Thankfully, the 4 fell back a bit, so we're able to get by him. Hopefully, we picked up 1 spot out of the 4. Thankfully, didn't make contact with him. Feel bad if I pushed him out, but gotta learn to brake a little bit sooner when I'm on the inside. Wow, wreck there that I did not expect, so there's 2 more spots, which is great.
There's an incident in turn 13. 20 minutes
Yeah, when you're in lower splits in most of these MX5 races, whether it's the Rookie Series or the low splits at the Sim Lab, honestly, it's all about wreck avoidance. It's not, sometimes it doesn't matter that you're the slowest car out there. If you can avoid the wrecks, you're generally going to work your way up. if you can get to the top splits of both of those series, there's definitely some good battles. Same way with the C-Class Advanced MX-5 Cup. There are some really good battles and some really good drivers that run in those where speed is definitely of the essence. But in here, clean lines and wreck avoidance is going to get you far better finishes than raw speed will most of the time. And honestly, there's been times when I've started on the pole and still gotten blasted by people and finished in the back, so even starting in the front doesn't always guarantee you of a good finish. So
Becker behind is now 0.9.
we got a long way to go to the 15 and 6. You can see he's almost 5 seconds ahead, so my focus right now is going to be kind of getting settled into a rhythm. Driving clean this first time. I haven't really had too many people around me to put any pressure, so just going to try to see if we can pull away from the 14 at all. Focus on hitting the marks, driving the car, and try to pull away without any problems. So we'll see where we're at next time at the line, see if we can build that gap up over the next few laps and kind of get a bit of safety margin away from the 14. Even if we don't pick up any more spots, the 7th place finish would be absolutely amazing. See, we overshot that chicane. It's going to cost us big time. 14's going to close in. He's about half a second back at the line. And again, if he happens to show that much more speed and gets to us, I got no problem letting him by, although my assumption is he won't be that fast. Just going to try to drive clean and see if he'll overdrive some of the corners and lose time, although he's closing it in, although I know I'm adjusting my line slightly, trying to see if I can improve on certain areas, so it might be letting him close in as well. For me, these are almost always like giant practice sessions where every lap I'm trying something slightly different to see if I can pick up time. So 133s will be a great run for me in this. Switch to session best lap, so we can kind of see where we're at overall. See, the 14's going to look real aggressive into that chicane.
Okay, hold your nerve.
We'll have to watch out for him pulling aggressive moves like that. So we're able to survive that one, but you know, if he pulls too many of those and he's close enough, we may get taken out. We don't want to be a victim of any of that. Like to hold on to the finish. So like I said, if he's looking so aggressive and getting up to us, I'll let him by for sure. Try to hit that chicane a little better. Got through it a little bit cleaner. You can see we pulled a little bit of time, got it out to a second. So
sector 1 is 0.6 off the pace.
You can hear how far off we are overall, but again,
Alves, 133.35.
I don't expect to be the fastest car, even though this is an incredibly slow split. You can see we hit the curb, get loose. That is one thing you do not want to do in this car, this track. The blue curves are raised quite a bit, and you can lose a ton of time if you hit them like that. So just got to be careful not to get the car too upset or hit the curbs. Same thing like that. Red and white curbs are fine. They're not really raised all that much. They don't upset the car too much, but the blue ones definitely hurt it quite a bit. So see if we can try to pull away. With him being this close, we'll have to be proactive, watch out the rearview mirror to see what he's going to do in this chicane again. Backstretch chicane, he was pretty aggressive and tried to outbrake us, jump on the inside, so definitely watch and see what he's going to do this time, if he's going to pull the same move. Looks like he gets out of it a little bit slower than we did, so you can see that helps us build that gap back up. So not a clean lap at all. You can see we're going to be off the pace from my fast, but again, I suck. I know that. I try to run as best as I can, but every single lap's a learning experience. So
it's a new fastest lap for Diaz, 133.08.
I don't think I'm going to get anywhere near those lap times. Just trying to do what I can to get the car through. Avoid the blue curb that time. That allows us to get a cleaner run. Have to do the same thing through here. Make sure that we don't hit the grass. Let the car rotate in and get on the gas. Try to take it out. You can see, looks like the 14's definitely better than us on the infield section, but we seem to pull away coming out of NASCAR 1
7th
into
position.
the NASCAR portion and through the backstretch, so yeah, just going to try to take advantage of where we have and try to minimize the damage through the sections that we're slower in. We're slowly catching up to the 15, so maybe we might have a shot at trying to get 6th out of this. Just going to do what we can. So
There's an incident in the first chicane. It looks like it's Diaz.
would expect probably 10 more laps to go next time we come by. Looks like the 14 really got loose that time out of the chicane, so that's going to allow us to build a little bit of gap. We also did not have a very good run through the chicane, so that allowed the 15 to pull away a little bit. You can see now he's just over 3 seconds where he was just under 3 before. So got almost a little too much of the curve that time, but not terrible.
Becca behind is now 1.0 seconds.
Try to get through this infield section a little better if I can. So again, I know that's where the 14's closing in, so if I can get a little better through it, it may allow us to pull away from him a little bit. Looks like we maintained it a little better. You can see our tracker in relation to the best lap is also doing better, so hopefully that'll allow us to build a little more of a safety margin and be able to focus on the 15 ahead.
It looks like Harris.
You see the smoke from that incident spotter called out. We should hopefully be able to get by the 19. I'm gonna run by him on the
Alright, Jake,
outside
the
if he's
car
not
is
gonna come up.
Harris.
That was actually the 2nd place car, so yeah, that allows us to pick up another spot.
First chicane.
So maybe we can get a top 5 if we can somehow try to catch the 15. Just have to run everything as clean as we can and hope that there's some mistakes up ahead.
Halfway home. Fuel looks good.
Looks like it'll be about the 17 laps that I expected, 17, maybe 18. We able to pull away from the 14 a little bit more that time, so that allows us gap. We're holding about even with the 15, so we'll check the gap at the line, see where we are. You see, we're definitely not running as fast, for sure, but we've also had a few spots I know I can clean up right off the bat, so just getting into 6 makes me really happy. Trying to run this section, improve on it. We get too much of the blue curve there, push out too far, try to bring the car back to the inside, try to salvage as much of it as we can, get a better run. So we closed in slightly on the 15, but we'll just have to see overall where we are because it might just be this infield section, which is a little bit slower. Got a little too late on that one. That allowed us to push out. Try to get closer to that wall to get a better exit out in the NASCAR 1. That's the big corner to hit. Carries momentum all the way down the backstretch and then the first chicane. See, we're holding about even with the 14. About even with the 15. Looks like he's battling now with the 17 as well. So we'll see if they start running side by side, if that allows us to clue in. Try to get through this chicane as cleanly as possible. Pick up some time. Try to pull away from the 14 while closing in on the 15 as well. There's a few more spots that are available there. If we can somehow get to them in the next few laps and then try to find our opportunity to pass them, we might be able to pull a top 5 out of this. We are definitely far closer to the front than I ever expected to be given where we started.
Gaining on this guy. The gap's
So
now 1.6.
looks like the 17 had some problems there. He let the 15 by, so we're going to ride in behind him, try to close in and take advantage of the next corner that we see fit. Not going to force it though, because we're in a good spot, so there's no reason to push the issue and lose all the time to the 14 as well. Just going to ride behind. This is not the best spot to go by. Barely make contact, but it gives us a 4x, so unfortunately that kills the 0x, but we're still running pretty clean. We're in the outside, which is not the ideal spot to be with the 17, but he actually looked like he lifted and let us by, so able to get that top 5 if we can hold on to it. We're going to still chase after the 15 because I do feel like we are faster than him. So just going to do what we can. That could get us into 4th. Didn't feel like I really made all that much contact with the 17. Didn't expect him to brake like that as well, so that's on me. Probably should have held back a little bit further, but I can deal with that if that's my only incident point. Get through the chicane a little bit late, clip too much of the curb, so you can see that doesn't allow us to close into the 15 as much as we want to. We'll have to keep an eye out for the 17, see if he just had a bad run or if he's actually that much slower. Pay attention to see what he's going to do, if he's going to come back against us or if he's going to start falling back, and we'll build a gap. Get too much of the blue curb that time. You can see that also allowed the 15 to pull away.
P5.
15 takes a little bit of a wider arc into 1 that allows us to close up as that kills his momentum somewhat. Try to close up as much as we can to him.
We think it might be Becca. There's an incident in turn 8.
Tried to have a good corner without clipping the corner. Gonna run right behind the 15. Gonna lay off, let him by, kind of just follow in line right now. Try to set him up down the back stretch if we can. '17's got to be licking his lips because this is the perfect opportunity for us to have issues and for him to be able to pull away. We're running side by side, looks like the 15 drifts up into us. Hopefully we'll have the momentum going down the backstretch and we can clear him. See, we were running nose to tail. He's going to have the advantage going into the chicane. Looks like he backs out, so we're going to take that spot.
Use all the track. Force them to find the gap.
Just try to see if we can pull away from him. Definitely don't think I have any shot at 3rd. Trying to get to the 28 with him being 4 seconds ahead. We'll check the gap at the line, but man, never expected to get this kind of run at all. So, but it's all about avoiding wrecks at the beginning and then trying to run clean lines and pick off the damaged cars. So
P4. That lap time was 1:35.06.
Got too much of the curb. You can see that pushes us out, hurts the run, but we're still able to pull away from the 15. I feel like we are faster than him, so hopefully we should be able to build a little bit of a gap and have some relief from pressure from behind and get the blue curb a little bit too much. That hurts our run off. Doing okay. Looks like we got some slower traffic up front, so we're just going to have to keep an eye for that. You can see there's a spin. Stay low to avoid that.
Yellow flag.
15 gets by that, no problem. That's going to allow him to close up as we had slowed down a little bit more for that. Again, I feel like there's sections I should be able to pull him as I was faster coming on the NASCAR 1. You can see we're pulling away, so hopefully that momentum will carry us forward. I believe it was the 14 that got disqualified. Looks like he's no longer part of it, so glad we were not part of any of his incidents that got him DQ'd. Gonna work our way into the first chicane. Caught too much of the blue curb there, pushes us out. We're gonna try it to see if it allows us to pull away from the 15. Work our way back on the NASCAR 3, about 2.5 back to the 28, who's in 3rd. Yeah, not sure if we'll be able to get that gap in a few more laps, but we're going to try to do what we can. Main focus is just running clean to try to pull away from the 15 and protect the 4th place running spot right now. Got too much of the blue curb there. Doesn't upset the car too much. Looks like it allows the 15 to close in. He's about 0.7 back at the line. Try to get a good run through here. There's a few corners I feel like I'm getting better runs compared to him, so I need to try to take advantage of those, run them as clean as I can, and build that gap up where I can. Push the car way too wide. It's going to give us an absolutely terrible run. So hopefully he closed up a little bit. Hopefully we can take advantage of some of the other spots and pull away from him. Just missed the blue curb. Gonna try to tuck it close to the wall. A little bit of a better run that time since we didn't have to avoid the traffic and slow down. Gonna lift, try to get as close to the wall as we can.
5 minutes to go, 5 minutes left.
See, we got about 3 more laps, maybe 4 depending on when the leaders take the white flag. see we're about 1.6 back from the 28, so there's an outside shot that we get to him for third, depending on what the 13 does in terms of holding them up. Work our way into the chicane, avoid the curbing. Got too much of the inside curbing that time. Hopefully we can just hold even with the 15 by the line. We're quite a bit away from the 17, so not too much pressure from him at all, and we're trying to close in on the 28. It'll be interesting to see what the lap car does, though, in terms of holding the 28, if that also prevents issues for us trying to get by the 20. See, the 28 hops the curb a little bit.
Don't be pressured. Keep your exit speed
15 definitely caught us big time.
That's your quickest lap.
But we did close up to the 28. Looks like that's due to the 13 holding them up, so it's going to try to take advantage of where we can and run as clean as we can, because any contact or wreck could hurt us far more than trying to gain the one position. See the 15 gain big time. We're closing on the 28. 15 has an issue out of the corner that allows us to pull away. Gonna give the 28 the corner. It's not the best spot to try to pass. Just clip the wall. That sets us up for a bad run on the NASCAR 1. It's also going to allow... Oh, we got some serious damage now. Serious damage, so yeah. We're just going to try to hold on to this as best as we can. I'm going to let the 15 by because I know our car is nowhere near the speed. Well, I badly bent the suspension, so...
We'll lose this place.
Gonna give the 15 the spot as it's the courteous thing to do. We've got 2 seconds back to 6th, so even if we lose that, I'm okay with that. Let's check and see. 7th is another 20 seconds back, so even if we fall back to 6th, I'll be okay with that. Should have had a top 4, possibly even a top 3, made a stupid move. 100% on me, just gotta try to limp the car home at this point. It's gonna be really interesting driving the car when the wheel's all jacked up. Now you can see how far it is to the right, so I'll definitely let traffic go by whenever they get to me. So this car is going to be interesting getting through the corners and trying to run it, so gonna let the 17 by on the outside. I will also let the 8 by, as there's no reason to hold up a lap car that's going to be faster than us. Just kind of trying to reduce wheel spin and take this as easy as I can. I've still got, 20 seconds back to the 7th place car, so
just cut the track. Just 2 minutes left. 2 minutes to go.
Hoping that there's only one more lap after this one. You can see missed braking because I'm so focused on trying to keep the car going in the right direction with how bad the suspension's broken. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. If we were any deeper in the race and had a lot more to go, I would have probably just taken the faster pair. Shocked we're not getting the meatball flag for it, but we must not be blowing up or leaking anything. Feels like we're way faster, well, not way faster than 9, but not losing as much time to the 9, so hopefully that'll allow us to keep that 6th place spot. Just kind of slow it down through the chicane. Try to stay as close to the center of the corner as possible so that I don't get into walls. Yeah, if we only have one more to go when we come by, that will give us a good chance of finishing 6th, and honestly, even with 2 laps, if we could try to maintain it, we should be okay. Would really love to see the white flag, but doesn't look like it'll be coming out. Oh, it is coming out, so that is a massive saving grace for us to at least try to hold on to 6th, which didn't check all the goals, but you know what, given the start, that's a good finish, and I know, given my road racing skills, I am bound to make some sort of mistake, so yeah, all by myself. Just gotta focus on limping the car around, and should be able to bring it home to a 6th place finish. Sorry you guys couldn't see a better battle for 3rd place at the end. Hate that I made that stupid mistake. That was 100% my fault, completely unforced. Just gonna do what I can to try to work it around. Feel like I did so much avoiding all the problems earlier, and then I caused my own problem at the end that hurts it, so it sucks to see. That wall does a lot more damage than I would think it would, so just see how much it's hurting our turning going into any of the left-handers. So Thankfully, infield section is probably the hardest. I feel like to drive through. Chicanes I can slow down enough and try to get through, so most of it should be a little bit easier to get through. And just gonna try to work our way.
There's an incident in the first chicane. It looks like it's Alves.
Looks like it was just a lap car. I didn't know if it was the 17. Just saw a car sitting there that was red, so was not the 17. Does not allow us to pick up a spot, but allows us out of the way. We can get through the chicane clean, and hopefully should be coming to the checkered flag.
Is now in the lead.
Really slowing down quite a bit in this chicane.
Turn 1. Yellow flag. Watch out.
And we're going to bring it home in 6th place.
Turn 2. It looks like
So
Ledoux P6. And there's the finish.
glad
Good
to
result,
hold on to that, able to get that out of it instead of falling back any further. That's going to be a nice run for iRacing. Again, super terrible split, so should have been able to, shouldn't have taken much to finish there. Should have gotten a better qualifying lap, but that might have put us in some of the traffic, so I guess it works out sometimes. Not always what I want to do, so we're going to park the car over here, and we'll get out in a second and take a look at the results. And give everybody a little bit to finish. You can see we were quite a bit away from the 5. Not sure we would have ever gotten there. I don't even think we would have gotten to the 1. I think those 2 were definitely gone. I think we had quite a bit of speed for the 28 and just managed to make that dumb mistake trying to get to him. Let's take a look at that. You can watch that, see where we made that issue. Take a little bit of a closer view. You can see the 28 was stuck behind the 13, so we're going to catch up to him quite a bit coming through here. I feel like we were getting better run than most people through that corner, but I think he was also struggling with the 13, so we pushed out really wide here, was able to save it, tried to get it back down, barely clipped the curb, but able to push out. Got out in the grass. That kind of just got me off for a little bit. We were closing in big time on the 28 here, kind of lifted to hold up, that's why I tapped the brakes instead of running through. And then gave him the inside instead of trying to pull inside. Was going to follow him. Was trying to set up the pass to get him through NASCAR 1 and 2. And you can see we just slid it out, got on the gas, and just whacked the wall. That right there was 100% my fault. I was trying to get aggressive. So if you listen, I'm on the brakes, trying to save it. That was after the fact. You'll listen. You'll hear me lift off here. Right there, pick it up. That was too early to pick it up, and that's what caused me to drift out. Once I picked that gas up, I had no chance at being able to save it. So, let's see if the results are up. Results are up. You can see that was actually the middle split, 12:38. So sadly, not the worst MX-5 race I've run in terms of strength of field. I'm absolutely terrible. Again, able to bring it home in 6th after starting 23rd and being car number 21, so that's great. We were about a second off from the 1 car who set the fastest lap. That makes me pretty happy. Didn't quite get there to that 133 that I wanted, but not bad at all. 5 incidents probably should have been the one. That tap on the 15 was so light. I feel bad, but that just sucked. Able to pick up 68, picked up 17, again as a Class D with 3.26 coming, and it's not real hard to pick up a ton of safety rating. 68 is also not very hard to pick up, but I'm just trying to get back to that 1350 right now. Been struggling ever since, I just not very good at road racing. So trying to make it a point. I know I'm never going to be as good at that as I'm trying to be at Oval, but if I can be serviceable in some of the cars, that'll definitely serve well. And I like to do some of the stuff. It's fun. Get you guys something a little bit different to see. So if you want to see more of these, feel free to leave comments below about what series you want to see of the car, and if I have it, or if I don't mind running it full time or often, I'll definitely check it out and see how bad I do at it and try to learn from it. So stay tuned for the next video. Remember to like and subscribe, and until then, good luck in all your racing. Thanks.